This episode is a compilation of days 22 through 31 of RPGaDay 2024 episodes. If you've been listening to my episodes on a daily basis, you don't need to listen to this one. Day 22. Theme, Interdimensional Space. Quest. Write a bulletin board quest. 3 chimes draw your attention to the announcement screen. Are you looking for your next adventure at a reasonable price? Do you crave to get off the beaten path? See the exotic? Seek the unknown. Well, this is your lucky day, my friend. Professor Rudolphus Xavius is preparing his next extraluminal expedition. Traveling with his patented ultraspace engines, you will break the bonds of the natural 4 dimensions and cross light years in mere seconds, enabling you to see more sights on more alien worlds than any other expedition. So come on down to Concourse 13 to sign up. Space is limited, so make your decision quickly.
Voyaging through higher dimensions sometimes contains risk. This risk includes, but is not limited to, loss of form, transition to a pure energy state, encounter with extra-dimensional entities, and loss of sanity due to exposure to the fact that you're a mere mote in a vast, vast universe.
So hurry down today. Day 23. Theme, Ritual. Quest. Describe a monster. Everyone barely had chance to get into place as it strode into town. The few visitors in town were quickly briefed on what their roles would be to play. You had retrieved one of the porcelain tea sets from its hidden places and from various spots in the town where they were stashed for this day. You began the rote. It is so good to see you. You laughed. Here, let me fill your cups. The others at your table responded with gratitude and goodwill, also laughing. It strode through town on its 8 massive tree trunk-sized legs, its 3 malevolent eyes peering from side to side, its 2 large trunks sweeping from place to place, sniffing the air, seeking anger, fear, sadness. Acid dripped from a mouth. No, a maw filled with sharp teeth. The road shook with its passing. Its unsupported back half drug along the ground, leaving slime in its wake. The stench, oh the stench, and the scraping sound of the massive spiked club at the end of its tail dragging along with it. The massive legs stomping, carrying it through the main thoroughfare. Don't break form. Let your mind be filled with gladness. Think only of your joy at seeing these other intelligent beings in front of you. Ignore it. Pay it no mind. Drink your tea. Day 24. Theme, Antique. Quest. Present an idea for random encounter. The merchant's cart looks to have seen better days. The wooden boards are chipped and scraped, and some pieces are even missing. It's covered in symbols and some words from seemingly unknown languages. And yet it and everything in it emanate strong magic. The merchant seems a little doddering, talking down his own wares, until time comes to set a price. Then he becomes a crafty bargainer indeed. Many of these items are sought by powerful people. Some harbor a deadly curse, and others still great power. And sometimes a spoon is just a spoon. Or perhaps all of this is fake, and it's just one great big con. It can also be a great source of information if the party asks the right questions, and if they haven't found hints to the quest they're on already. The greatest item in his possession is the card itself. Despite the way it looks, no matter how damaged or destroyed it gets, it will eventually pull itself back together. Mostly. It has existed for thousands of years, and it can return to any place it's been, quickly, if one is attuned to it. Day 25. Theme, Mutant. The quest. Describe a monster. I've never been scared of ogres, Wary, yes. Respectful, absolutely. I mean, they could literally rip your arms off pretty easily if they ever get a hold of you. So when word got out that an ogre was assaulting travelers on the road into town, I didn't think anything of responding to the call and taking it down. We tracked it, and I guess our first clue that this was going to be a different kind of ogre hunt was when our guide, an elf named Cheebs, or that's what everybody called him, I don't think that was his actual name, got a little twitchy as we started into a really dark, deep section of the woods, and the trees and bushes became twisted and sinister somehow, as if a plant could be sinister. And when Sir Helion kneeled down to take a drink of water from a nearby stream, Cheap stopped him. "Bad water," he said. "This is a bad place." Admittedly, the water was a little yellowish. Still, I thought I'd drunk worse before. Then there was a crunch of a heavy footstep, and before my head could even be turned, Sir Helion was gone. Well, the top half of him was gone. The bottom half was spurting blood on the forest floor. I caught a large blur out of the corner of my eye and barely got my shield up. I was thrown 10 feet, and my shield was broken. 2 trees had been broken off at the trunks, and a path, a very large path, through the underbrush in that direction showed where something large had passed. No one said a word. We just looked at each other, jumped on our horses, and took off at full gallop. From that point on, it was the crash of heavy footsteps, the slamming of hooves into the forest floor, and the screams of horses and riders dying. I was never afraid of ogres. Day 26. Theme, tattoo. The quest, create a random table. The ritual to seal the treaty with the gnomes includes the tattooing of mystical symbols. As a result, roll 1d6. The tattoo on your neck allows you to speak and understand any language for a day, but the following day you'll be able to speak nothing but gibberish. The sleeve on your arm enables you to cast one spell of first level, but after the first casting of such a spell each day, each additional casting causes you to lose 1 health. The tattoo on your ankle will enable you to leap across any distance, but if you do not land on that foot, you will break your leg. Magic will not be able to heal it. The stylized image of pigeon wings on your back will enable you to fly however often you wish, but you will draw the attention and the ire of any predatory flying creatures in the area. The symbols over your heart will enable you to recover from any mortal wound once a day, but you will never know true love. The tattoo on your shoulder gives you an advantage when dealing with any wild animals, but a disadvantage when dealing with domesticated ones. Day 27. Theme, shapeshifting. Quest, write a bulletin board quest. The posted flyer simply said, "Please come to my mother's house. It's full of mimics, and I'm not sure how to get her out safely." A dwarven adventurer chortled, "How are we supposed to even find the place? There's not an address or a name." At which point the flyer said, "It's over there," and curled up and pointed to a nearby house. Day 28. Theme, mimic. The quest, write an eavesdroppable dialogue. "Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I think I hear some coming." "Shh, quiet, they'll hear you." Sorry, I'm just so excited. Haven't seen it in a while." "Listen, if we're going to get any adventurers in here, you're gonna have to be quiet." I know, but I'm so hungry." "Then why did you take that stupid shape?" "I am offended, sir. Why do you think my shape is stupid?" You look like a goblin. Do you know how many goblins there are in dungeons? It's the most common thing you can find. They'll never suspect. Yes, goblins are common in dungeons, but adventurers can't. You know what? Never mind. Just enjoy yourself. Oh, I will. I hope there's a paladin. They're like the candy of adventurers. That hard, crunchy shell, and then, the creamy middle. I don't even know what to say to that. Never mind. Just shut up. Both of you, shut up. I will open up my mouth and swallow you both. Sorry, Fred. Sorry, Fred. Great disguising yourself at the floor, by the way. Day 29. Theme, Night, with a K. The quest, write a legend or rumor. Master of lists and killer of trolls. Mace shield and full plate, 'cause that's how he rolls. A leader in battle, strong arm of what's good. Made orcs clean the forest just because he could. The bane of all evil, champion of the poor, and fun at parties 'cause he's never a bore. Enemies never see him coming. They always can't believe their eyes because he's as stealthy as he is strong, the knight known as Surprise. Day 30. Theme, Trap. Quest, create a simple mechanic. A character may attempt to set any kind of trap they have encountered before, so long as they have the appropriate materials to make the trap. To attempt to set up the trap, they will roll against their intelligence and their dexterity scores. They will roll the same dice they used to generate the scores, attempting to roll equal to or under the score to be successful. They may add appropriate bonuses to the scores if one or more of those scores are their primary scores or they're proficient in skills that utilize those scores, or if they have an appropriate skill to add. If they succeed on both rolls, the trap operates as intended. If they fail on both rolls, the trap will not operate at all. If they succeed on one roll, the trap will function as intended but will deliver less damage or have a lesser effect than was intended. Day 31. Theme, Dragons. The quest, present an idea for a random encounter. The party stumbles upon some sort of conclave of dragons. Dragons of all types are present, regardless of alignment, faction, or other affiliation, and they all seem to be under the influence of some sort of narcotic. They are passive and agreeable, but prone to rash actions, including random use of breath weapons. There are various colored liquids strewing the grounds and various colored miasmas in the air floating around. So it is unclear exactly what it is that these dragons have imbibed, absorbed, or inhaled, or possibly eaten, as there are also random bits of various meats and fruits and plants around that have caused this state, and there's no telling what effect such a narcotic would have on other beings than dragons. Skirting this gathering will be no mean feat, however, because the dragon senses are enhanced.